Hello, darlings.
Hello, darlings. I guess you're wondering why we're wearing these ridiculously large and very expansive glasses. Well, we're wearing them in honour of our very dear friend, Barry Humphries.
Barry Humphries, God bless him, Dame Edna Edridge.
Yes, you can't go more posh than that, really.
Indeed. And we're wearing these glasses in her honour, aren't we, darling?
Yes, and you're wearing that ridiculous feather boa as well.
What ridiculous feather boa?
The one around your neck, darling.
Oh no, I wore this because my canary died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was
I'm not surprised with feathers like that. I would kill myself.
He did suffocate.
Yeah, lovely. Anyway, we're going to do my speciality, which is actually called curry chicken.
Oh.
No.
Beg your pardon.
No. I'm talking about cooking now.
Oh, beg your pardon.
Yes, you're very filthy, you know.
Naughty.
Am I going to have to slap you again?
No.
Oh, good. So anyway, they're called curry chicken parcels. So here we go. We need an onion, we need some chicken, obviously, and some puff pastry. Remember last week we made Russians rub you off?
Oh, yes.
Have another drink, darlings. And, well, we're going to use puff pastry again this week.
Mind your hairy arms on that knife, darling.
No, that's fine. That won't hurt. I'll just spurt blood everywhere. It's lovely. And some carrots.
Lovely.
And some real beef stock. There's a good advert.
Or even chicken stock, even, darling.
Yeah, whatever. Chicken stock is good. So, first of all, I'm going to get the wok.
No, we don't need it, darling. Just do the prep. There's a good girl.
Yeah, I'm going to cut some onion.
She gets very excited.
A1 onion. Well, we've got to get a move on, darling. We're starting late again. Always late. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Indeed.
Yes.
Although you have been bride many times, darling.
Yes, I have. Actually, 3 times.
I married a man that was still married. But his wife was very good about it.
Was she?
Yes, we've become good friends.
Oh, really? What about the husband? What's
No,
he
I don't like him. Mr. Fanny Leather, you know.
Oh, yes, Mr. Fanny Leather, yes. Oh, he's an utter ass.
He's asked to come on the show, you know. I might let him come on.
Yeah, we should let him come
Little
on.
walk on.
Yes.
He's a very attractive man.
So we're going to cut some up. Look, we're just like garlic is really easy. Like you just put it under your knife and give it a good smack.
Oh!
Yes, I know. It's lovely, isn't it? And it's a bit of ultraviolence. And then all the skin comes off really nice and cleanly. There we go. Well, normally. So anyway, oh yes, Mr. Fanny Leather. He's a character, isn't he? Rather. So just like sort of give this a bit of a chop. You don't have to be too sort of pedantic about it. Just, you know, so it all fits in the pan and gives that flavour, darling. We love garlic, don't we, darling?
We do, darling. We do. Keep chopping, darling.
Yes, I will. And now I'm going to do the onion. I'm just going to chop the onion very sort of rustic. You know.
So you're not cutting all the way through, are you, dear? Because you want to do it in little things. Oh,
Yeah.
that knife is sharp, isn't it, dear?
Yes, it's sharp now. I'll have to watch myself. Oh, dear.
I ran it quietly over my wit.
Did you?
Oh!
What?
We didn't do clinky clinky.
Oh, no, we didn't do clinky clinky in the instruction, did we, darling?
No, darling.
No.
And of course, we want to remember our good friend Grant at the Hilton Hotel in Adelaide.
Oh, lovely, darling. He's always very accommodating.
Of course, the Hilton drive-through, that's on the corner of South Road and Sir Donald Bradman. Why they called it that, I don't know. He was a wife beater, you know.
Was he?
Oh, yes.
Did you used to hit him with a cheese cricket bat?
Pick of a man.
You can't say that, you know.
I have.
Oh, well, you shouldn't. Yeah, clinky clinky.
So we're chopping up the garlic, nice and fine, although Penny's not done it too fine because we want to save some time, but we'll chop it later while you're...
No, I don't think it needs any more chopping. That's the way I do it, darling.
Oh
So
my
just
God,
shut up.
Very chunky, darling.
Oh, this is a very, very big carrot.
Is it?
Oh, yes. Stop it. Just stay there. Naughty girl.
So we've got some nice onions and some garlic and some carrots.
I'm just going to sort of cut these carrots down the middle like so, and then just chop them up as well because, you know, let's face it, they need chopping. Oh, lovely.
Because we want it a little bit chunky, don't we? Because it's like a pasty, isn't it, dear?
Yes dear. So we don't go any smaller than this for the carrot. It's quite enough. So anyway, it's very simple, darling, and it's very, very posh.
Well, you wouldn't be able to cook it otherwise, would you, darling?
No. What did you say?
I said it's a lovely day, isn't it? It's very
Yes,
posh.
yes, it's very posh, darling.
About the size of your thumbnail is what we're after, aren't we, dear?
Yes, whatever.
And what we've got there, 1 carrot, about a cup and a half of carrots.
Oh, very nice, darling.
Oh, you deep-throated that like a good one, darling. 1 full onion, was it?
1 full onion, couple of cloves of garlic, probably 4 or 5. If you like garlic a lot, then I'd chuck a lot in, but you know, it's all to taste really for you. And then chop some carrots, and that's about it.
Right here.
We're done.
What about the chicken, dear? We're going to cut that up.
Yes, we are, but we'll do that on a different surface because we don't want to use this wood with chicken, raw chicken especially, darling.
Well, we'll be back in a moment, and we'll show you how we do the chicky, and then we'll do the cookie. Penny's gone off. Do you want to just have a look at this chicken while she's going on about her carrots?
Oh yes, quite right.
What I've done is I've cut the breast into slices, thus, and now I'm cutting them into little cubes.
Who's thus, darling? That's very posh.
I know. I looked it up on the internet, and it's
Did
a great
you?
word.
Yeah, I bet you've been practicing that all day long.
I have.
Oh, you big girl.
It's actually my fantastic command of English language, darling.
Really, is it?
It
I
would be.
thought it sounds like a load of bullshit to me, but
Indeed.
anyway.
So we've got the chicken breast. Can you see that, Marvin? And I've just cut it into slices.
And then go across, obviously.
Well, people, you know, because you cook, but some people don't, darling.
Yes, I know.
Here we go.
That's all you need, though, really.
Got those fingers clawed back so that I don't cut my finger off. I'm rather attached to my fingers, you know. It's my sex life would suffer greatly without them. Oh, I can't believe I said that, darling.
I totally believe it, darling.
We're very sorry, Auntie Jean. That was rude. Right, there we go, dear.
All done.
I've chopped chicky.
Let's start cooking, shall we?
We're going to the stove.
Yes, we're going to the stove.
Come on, Marvin.
Here we are, darlings. Oh,
Get out the way, you.
Silly cow.
You great man.
We're going to put the chicken in and cook it. I don't normally do it this way. I usually chuck the chicken in the microwave and just cook it in there.
Good God.
The last couple of times though, it's a bit bland, really. So now what I do is I cook the chicken first, and I chuck all this lovely stuff in afterwards, and I find it comes out a lot better. In the recipe, it actually tells you, the recipe I got from someone, it actually tells you to cook the chicken in the microwave. Well, it's a bit yucky. So we don't put anything in it, we're just cooking the chicken really. So there we
Cooking
go.
things in the microwave is like preserving one's foreskin after the chop.
Hey darling, stop drinking for a minute and watch what's going on.
That's why I'm drinking, darling.
No, now the chicken is lovely and, well, it's cooked basically. So I'm just going to add the veggies in the middle here. And the garlic and the onion all together. In you go, don't be shy. Lovely. I might add a little bit of olive oil, I think. Just get things going a little bit. Here we go. Olive oil just suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Lovely. Magic. It's like Harry Potter. Oh, I do love Harry Potter. Do you like Harry Potter, darling?
I do, yes.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. Teaches children that, you know, magic can be fun.
Indeed.
Yeah. The churches didn't like it much. Would they? They wouldn't like it.
They're not into fun, are they, the old churches?
No, not the old ones. The new ones are.
Indeed.
You don't need to be have no fun if you're religious, do you? We're very religious, aren't we, darling?
We are, dear.
And very posh.
We religiously drink.
Yes, yes. Quite. Well, Noah was a complete drunk.
He was, didn't
Wasn't
he?
he? Wasn't Noah? Noah was a complete drunk, wasn't he? He's a very naughty boy.
He was an Arksford. Right, are you going to put some flavour into there, dear, or are you just going to...
No, I'm just going to let this cook for a little bit.
I'm very excited, it's going to be flavoursome.
Yes, I know. Now we're going to add some curry powder. Just your average curry powder. You can get it from the shops, the home brand. My husband, sorry. He always buys the home brand one, the brand. Not the home brand, but the good one.
Because you're going for flavour and not burn, aren't you, dear?
Yes. This stuff is pretty weak, really. Chuck the whole lot in.
But it's tasty. So we're looking about 2 tablespoons, aren't we, there?
Oh, yes. More than that, darling. More like 3 or 4. Let's get it all in there. Oh, let's smell that. It's
Sorry,
lovely.
I've been nervous.
Have you? We'll just give that a bit of a stir in there.
Of course, the cooking gets all those flavours out, doesn't it, dear?
Yes, darling. Oh, it smells so delish. Okay, well, now we need to add a little bit of salt, I think, probably. Just a little bit. Pinch.
Surely you know, dear.
Pinch or 2. There we go. And
whack you down a little bit, dear.
yes, please. I think the temperature needs to go down now because it's very dry.
And that curry powder will burn, you see.
Yes, it will. So now I'm going to add...
Can you see that, Marvin?
I'm going to add about... This is a litre, so I need half of this. No, not floured, not just yet. We're just going to add 500 mils of chicken stock. You can buy this from the supermarket. It comes in a little thing. You can buy it 500 mils, but the guy handed me a litre. So
2 cups, dears.
So just half of that in there.
You could, of course, use powdered stock and then add some water.
Yes, OXO cubes will do the job. I think that's about it.
Oh yes, that's 2 cups, dear.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's like a little stew.
Oh yes, and we'll let that cook for a little while.
Get those veggies nice and soft.
Yes, lovely.
Nothing better than a good old softie.
Yes.
Has potential, dear, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So we've browned the chicken and we've added onion and garlic.
Yes.
And salt and pepper.
Yes.
And then we've added curry powder, darling. About
yes.
4 tablespoons, you said, didn't you?
There, yes, just lots.
But we don't want burny curry powder. We just want tasty curry powder, don't we?
Yes.
And then you've added some chicken stock, dear, haven't you?
Yes.
2 cups of chicken stock.
I'm just gonna. Actually, we need to turn that up now. Oh dear. I think I switched it off. No. I'll just turn that up so it really cooks those veggies. You need to cook the veggies, darling. Really, because they need to be soft.
That's going to take a bit. So we're going to have a little stoppy.
Yes. And when we come back, I will go on to the next stage of this problem. Oh, hello, darlings. I don't know. Oh, you're there, Peggy.
I'm still here, dear.
I know. Look, now one of the main ingredients of this dish is onions.
Lemons, dear.
Lemons.
You think you'd remember that?
So, so you squeeze a couple of lemons in there. Well, this is a whole lemon. So 1 lemon at first, and just give it a bit of a stir, and get all that in there. Now, we need to thicken it, darling. So we're going to use a little bit of flour here. So what I do is just sprinkle flour in, a little bit at a time. It's usually about two tablespoons. Not teaspoons, 2 tablespoons. So we'll chuck that in there like that. I'm just giving it a good stir. And it'll all come out just lovely. And as you go, you just have to sort of gauge it, really. It could be 4 tablespoons, it could be 3, it could be... Turn the heat down a little bit. And you just sort of, get it all nice and thick to put in the pastry, darling.
Yes, because you don't want it squishing out the sides, do you, dear?
No, darling. So we just put a little bit more. No. And it doesn't go lumpy at all. It goes lovely in there.
I never mentioned lumps, dear. That's just In your
Yes, well,
conscience, I think.
You did say it was going to be too lumpy.
It is going to be lumpy, darling.
It's not going to be lumpy.
Lumpy like her chest.
Ooh,
I'm not talking about her breasts, I'm talking about her syphilis scars.
Yeah, lovely. Why did you mention that?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
It's a big secret. It's
I
a
thought
family secret. See, that's obviously too
It's not really a
much.
secret because Daddy had them and now you've got them, so it's...
A little bit more liquid, I think.
Yes, I would think. Probably... Shall I get the hose?
We can mop. Again. No, we just got to get that back into control, because basically if you put too much flour in, like I just did by mistake, then just add more stock, because I mean
Cut it out, don't you?
it's just going to add to the flavour.
Alright, that's going to work out lovely, dear.
I think that'll be fine now, because I'm going to add some more lemon juice, because lemon is the thing in this. It seems lemon and curry is a very good combination.
Well, it's that
Yeah, well,
thing,
turn
isn't
that
it, where
right,
it's not quite sweet but not quite savoury.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've got another lemon here to chuck in, so we'll just squeeze another juice of another lemon in here.
Don't forget to taste as you go, people. Don't forget to taste as you go. You want to know how it's
Yes, I'm
going to
going
taste.
to get a spoon in a minute and have a little taste, and it should be fine.
Make a few little adjustments, won't we, dear?
See, I make this all the time, so I know what's going on.
She does. You can't go to a cocktail party without a chicken curry puff.
Well, that's right. I can't find a spoon. There's a spoon in there, darling, just down there. Can you get me a spoon over there, dear? And we'll see how we go. I think that mixture's a little bit too stiff, but anyway, we'll taste. Mmm.
Nice, is it, dear?
Oh, it's superb. A little bit more of this, I think.
Bit more chicken stock just to thin it through.
Yeah, because I did make a big mistake. Too much flour. But it's not lumpy.
I don't agree. I don't think it's dog shit, darling. I think it's lovely.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Put some sultanas in there. It'll be a work of art.
No, sultanas, I hate that.
It's a bit Victorian, the old sultanas and curry, isn't it, dear?
It needs a little bit of salt, darling.
Yeah, I see. It works when you'd use it.
So we've got to do that. And that's about it. So we switch that off, because that's done. That is superb. It is actually very nice.
You need to let that cool before you put it in the pastries, dear.
So we'll let that cool for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back and put it in the pastry.
The most important part. Oh, I do like curry puffs.
So do I.
darling.
Let's do a little dance, darling.
Okay, curry puff, curry puff. Hello, darlings. Look, lovely Penny's asked me to do the constructing, haven't you, dear?
Yes, I love you when you do the
I have, because the pastry is just a little bit
soggy.
over defrosted, isn't it, dear?
Yes.
But that's all right because Peggy's got experience. Do you know we did those things last week and
The rub me off.
yeah, they rubbed me off. Take a drink.
Yes. Have
Here
a
we
drink,
go.
darlings.
Okay, there we go. I'm going to get it started. Now we're going to do this so that we're going to roll it like a sausage roll. So you can cut it diagonally afterwards, or you can cut it and serve too. Be lovely because it will be all pastry, and then the curry coming out the side will be lovely, darling, won't it?
Oh yes.
So here we go.
Very posh.
I'm going to put some egg wash down because that will stop the stuff from leaking out the sides. There we go. Oh, does smell fantastic. Here we go. 2 good serves. It's about half a quarter of a cup. And a quarter of a cup. Oh,
Yeah, lovely, darling.
lovely, darling. Oh, I'm in heaven.
Don't
Right.
get any feathers in there, darling, because your
I'm
feather
trying.
bow is molting
Oh,
like
it is, yes, but it's for Dame Edna, darling. Oh.
Yes, I know. See?
Just going to fold the edges in because they're the ones that cause us the most trouble. There we go. Get those edges in, nicely sealed. Little press. And here we go. Take the blue paper off because we don't want to cook with that.
No, darling, because that would taste like plastic, wouldn't it?
Oh yes,
It would taste like arse.
And I'm and I'm sure Sarah Lee doesn't cook with plastic, dear.
No, she doesn't. Or arse.
Sleeps with it a lot, I'm sure. There we go. Use the plastic to roll it over. A bit like sushi. There we go. Push it in nice and tight. Oh, nice and tight, dear. There we go. Do you see that? We've got the edges, Tim. And we pick it up. Can you see that, Marvin? Pop it on the tray. There we go. Look at that. We just a bit of egg wash on that. Are you happy with that, Penny?
Oh yes, I think so. But it's not what I normally do with them. But anyway.
I know, but you can't always make penis and ball shapes for things. Sometimes you have to be
It does look lovely though. It looks very posh.
Do you know what I'd like to see, darling, is a bit of cracked pepper on top of that, just to garnish.
Yes, I'm going to put some on there.
Let me make another.
Straight away.
I'm going to make another, Marvin.
I usually put a couple of a bit of paprika on the top. Normally.
Well, you can put paprika on there, dear.
I put cracked pepper as well. Why not?
Don't touch me with your breasts. It makes me uncomfortable.
No, shut up.
Oh.
There you go.
Do you know?
They look lovely.
Here we go.
You've got a feather there. Too late.
We do, don't we? Can you take my bow off, darling, and then...
Yes, chuck it somewhere.
Please excuse my chest. Oh, don't look, darlings. I have a very hairy chest. It's because of the hormones. I do like to hear a hormone. Here we go.
Don't we all, darling?
A quarter of a cup. Quarter of a cup. 2 serves.
Oh my God. Quarter of a cup?
It's not very big, darling.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, but that's because your husband tells you that 4 inches is this big.
Yes, quite right.
Here we go. Just a bit more egg wash so it sticks in. We want good sealage. There. Oh, over the top, dear. The plastic's good because it keeps the pastry, because you don't want to ruin all those lovely layers. Otherwise it won't rise like that shitty pastry I used last week. I shall never buy home brand stuff again, dear.
Oh, well,
you said not
some
to.
of it's very good, and some of it's not quite so good.
Yes, like the puff pastry.
Yes, the puff pastry is really crap.
Unfortunately, because we do use a lot of home brand stuff, don't we, dear?
Yes, we do.
Because we like to keep things cheap, affordable. Nice and tight, dears.
That's what they all say.
There we go. Come on, my little pastry friend. Oh, look at that, the length and the colour.
Shove them up a bit, darling, so they cook all right.
Yes, I will.
How many have we got?
We can make one more, I think, dear.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. We'll put them all 4 in there.
Yes, let me get the knife in there. I've oiled this tray.
Ooh.
So that it doesn't stick.
You looped it up.
Yes. But you might find you get better results if you leave your pastry just a little bit frozen. Do you remember last week we said that
it does handle a lot better when it's not so frozen.
Yeah, under the lights, of course. It defrosts far too quickly. But we'll show you in our next video. We'll make some cheese straws, won't we, dear?
Yes, out of that lot. Yes.
We'll show you what to do with leftover puff, because it's a big problem, isn't it? Like leftover venison and leftover caviar and things like that.
A problem that you often have, darling. I saw your fridge once. There's so much caviar in there.
I know, well, I don't like it.
No, why don't you like it? I love it.
It's horrible.
It tastes like fish.
Ugh.
Why don't you like fish, darling?
I don't know. I do like fish, but I just can't. Caviar just smells like what I'd imagine drinking the water from Madonna's knickers would be like.
Oh, darling, that's disgusting.
Sorry, Madonna. We know you watch.
Yeah, we love you, Madonna. Really, we do.
Frightful woman.
Why? She's very clever, you know.
Holiday. Celebrate.
Lovely singer.
Do you know this is going to cause me problems, this last one?
Okay, darlings, we're going to shove these in the oven. I've just put some cracked pepper and some paprika over the top.
Holiday.
Stop it, darling.
Celebrate.
No, Madonna is over already. Anyway, I'm going to shove these in the oven on 200 degrees or 150 or whatever. Anyway, they're in there.
It's rather important, dear. 180.
And they're going to cook very nicely. So we'll just leave those for about half an hour and then we'll check on them. Thank you, darlings. See you soon. Out of the oven.
Oh, look at them, darling. Just perfect.
Lovely.
Just perfect. Do you know, I think I'll take this one on the end.
Oh, yes.
This
please.
one on the end.
Yes, do that, please.
Can you see, Marvin? We're going to cut them at an extreme angle. Oh, they've puffed up beautifully. Not like that shit I bought last week, darling.
Well, this was, brand, Woolies puff pastry, but it does actually work very well.
Can you pass me the plate there, darling?
Yes, there you go.
And we're going to pop that on there. Look at that.
Oh. Turn it around, darling.
I will, dear. I just don't want to burn my fingers. There we are. Lovely curry paste. And a little bit of raita, darling, I've made.
Raita.
Which is yogurt, coriander, mint and cucumber in a little sauce. And that just makes it more Indian and more authentic.
What I do, darling, is when I do these parcels, I do a scallop potatoes, but we didn't have time tonight because it was just too long. These do take a while to cook, and you should prepare yourself for at least 3/4 of an hour cooking time once you put them in the pastry. Yes.
They do take some time.
Yes, they do.
But the most important thing about time is we get to tasty, don't we, darling?
Yes,
tasty,
we're going to tasty.
So we'll be right back with tasty, won't we?
Oh,
dear?
my favourite part.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm all good.
Goodbye, darlings.
Here we are, dear.
At the tasting stage.
Look at that. It's lovely. Can you see that, Marvin? Do you know he's drooling, poor bless him?
I know. But we will feed him before he goes. Let's have a taste. Oh, it's all puff pastry and nothing else.
No, it's not. It's got lots of stuff in there, darling. You did a good job. Come on, get it in that gob of yours. Won't be the last thing you've deep-throated. Nice. Give me the fork. I must dig in. Now, of course, the raita is there normally because things can be quite hot. But I'm going to give it a little taste because it's all important.
Very posh. Is it posh, darling?
Yes, it's got that nice curry taste that we expect as a Westerner. Not too spicy, but it tastes like curry. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Ooh. Right in there, darling. And of course, once again, we'd like to pass on our condolences to Dame Edna Everidge.
God bless her, darling.
Indeed, she made it. She was a very funny lady, very posh, and of course, the character was made up by a lovely man whose name I can't remember, unfortunately.
Barry Humphries.
Barry Humphries. Thank you. We're so sorry, Barry, and Barry's family, if you're watching. But while Penny stuffs her face with curry puffs, we must remind you that you need to subscribe if you find yourself popping in. It doesn't cost any money, dear. It doesn't,
No,
you know.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
And this recipe will impress any girl that you invite over for a little soiree.
Or chap.
Or chap. Or whatever you like.
It's very simple, and it's one of those things that you can cook. And you know, you can if you make them in advance and freeze them before you bake them, they'll go quite well in the freezer.
Yeah, yes.
And then pop them out, defrost them, and give them a little egg wash and some pepper, like young Penny did, didn't you, darling?
Yes, I did.
But anyway, So you can contact us for recipe ideas or little comments or things you would like us to cook at pennyandpeg@gmail.com.
Lovely, darling. Yes, it is.
And of course, if you look up here, there's a subscribe button. You must press that because we will come and visit you in the wee small hours.
If you don't.
And put a bat up your dress.
Yes.
But anyway, before we go, we love you.
We love you. Goodbye.
Take care. Ta-ta.